Okay, we're looking at our 9-1 improvisation, and it's one of my favorite levels right now because we're applying ourselves on a 2-5-1-6 progression. 2 minor 7, 5 dominant 7, 1 major 7, and the 6 here we're looking at it as a minor 7. Sometimes you can see it as a dominant 7, but right now we're looking at it as a minor. This is very important because it's going to cover an exercise where you're taking the 3 chord types and actually working them up. So what we're going to be doing right now is don't feel like you have to memorize this 2-5-1-6 progression. It will come in time and you will be very comfortable with it. But right now I have it written out for you on a nice page here where there's on each line there's 2-2-5-1-6. And I recommend staying on 1-2-5-1-6 at a time. Get comfortable. Don't play from the beginning of the page to the end of the page. Take one little section, loop it so you have a reference, so you have something that feels really good to you. Remember, you have a huge amount of options when you're improvising like this. Even if you're just playing whole notes, you can have that thing change every time you pass through it. So keep that in mind. So then we're going to do the rhythmic application levels, and it's important for you to adjust the level. You start off with whole notes, then you're going to go to that dotted half to a quarter, which is fabulous, okay? And I love that because in the left hand you can play 1-7 to the 5. Really nice because it gives you the timekeeper in the left hand shell to the 5th. Now, and what's going to happen here, so you start off with, whole notes and dotted half to the quarter, then you do quarter notes. Okay, really cool. And it's important to work through each particular rhythm and get comfortable with it first before you think about going in and mixing them all up. Then we can start doing melodic leaps too. The melodic leaps I recommend strongly here because it really does start giving you some sense of melodic quality here, especially when you start varying the order. It says once you're comfortable with each rhythm, then mix them up with your application. And you can mix them all up. And it becomes fun. So you might have a leap, and you stay there for a whole note, and then take off from there. So you might get into something like this, C minor 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now F7. B flat major 7, then leap. Leap, and then to C minor again. Switch it around. See, and I could do some gapping and leaping. And so this is a really great place to be. So I'm going to play a few keys for you right now, and I'm going to start off first just doing whole notes. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, F7. B flat major 7, I'm playing the 9 here, but I'm not playing the 1 because I'm only playing a whole note to G minor. Now, I'm going to play that same 4 chords again with dotted half to the quarter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. See how I'm keeping them in order, sequence right now? Same thing, I'm going to do some leaps now. 1, 2, 3. How about some quarter notes now? And then you can sit there in the 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then G minor 7. I hold it for 4 beats, So, and then you can continue. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you can go to 1, 2, 3. So at any time you're feeling overwhelmed with trying to keep processing the quarter notes and you can't see them fast enough, go to that whole note. Go to the whole note. That's your saving grace right there. That is going to be wonderful, wonderful piece of information to kind of sit with you. If you get stuck, you can always play a whole note. It basically will equate to, and I tell people when they're improvising over tunes, a good way to get out of that is you can always play just one note per chord. Period. Chord tone. You don't even have to think 9-1. You can just play a chord tone, 1, 3, 5, or 7. So this is really important right now, the 2-5-1-6 progression, using the rhythmic application levels. This is getting you to control the 9-1. Simple. The simplest one would be playing the whole page with all whole notes. Fantastic. Then you get into doing that dotted half to the quarter. Better. Okay? And then when you go to the quarter notes, it pushes you a little bit because you got to constantly be thinking where you're going. All right? But then by mixing them up, and going back to that whole note and grabbing onto that whole note is going to be one of the greatest things that you'll encounter, because it's going to show you how to settle down in your playing. Left hand playing shell to the fifth is wonderful. That way all your attention goes to the right hand. Okay, so enjoy this 2-5-1-6 for the 9-1 improvisation. It's really setting you up, being able to apply yourself into tunes. It's great. Enjoy it.